Hello everyone, today we are going to build a Java application server with Docker. We create two Docker images. First Docker image pulls down specified var files from an URL and stores them in a volume. And the second image with a Tomcat server installed that runs those downloaded var files. Here I outlined what needs to be done in our Docker files. For this lab you need computer or laptop, more than 4 GB of RAM, VirtualBox and firmware workstation, and Ubuntu operation system. Let's create project folder named image1, navigate into it and create Docker file. In Docker file we are defined a code block with a set of instructions. The Docker file specifies that the container should use the Ubuntu 2004 image, and run command is used to execute command during the build process, where update cache and then install wget. Next, the volume command is used to create a mount point and specifies the volume in containers file system. In this case, it specifies a var lib Tomcat 8 webapps as a mount point where the var files will be stored. The workdir command sets the working directory for any subsequent run, cmd, entry point, copy and add instruction in the Docker file. And entry point command specifies the default command to execute when the container is started. In this case, it is set to wget. Finally, the cmd command specifies arguments that are passed to the entry point. In this case, it's set to --, which outputs help information by default without any arguments. The set of instruction has completed. Now we have to build and run Docker image. The docker build command creates a new Docker image from instruction in the Docker file. The T options is used to tag the image with a name. In this case, image1. The docker run command creates a new container from the specified image and downloads the var file specified in the command. Name of container downloader and image1. And also argument that allows us to run get command inside container. We see that our container has taken the provided URL and downloaded the sample var file. We can see here, but because we set no working directory in container, but if you use find command, you see in volume the sample var file. Now let's go to the second part of our labs and create Tomcat directory, navigate to Tomcat directory and create Docker file. After that we populate this Docker file, the sets of instruction. In this Docker file we need to install wget and also Tomcat server. Also we we will specify some environment variables Tomcat needs in order to get started. Then create the temporary directory. We also create a volume called varlib tomcat 8 webapps and expose port 8080. The Tomcat is default. And finally we use ENTRYPOINT instruction to launch Tomcat. Let's save this file and build Tomcat image. As you know, this command docker build. I get an error because Ubuntu 20 is not candidate to install Tomcat 8. I changed it to 18 base image, but it is no matter. And start build image again. The image of Tomcat is built. Now let's see our Tomcat server in action by creating a new Tomcat instance running off our sample application. We must identify the port being exposed using docker port command. Let's look at our sample application in the web browser. We should see our running Tomcat application. Thank you for attention. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a like. See you next lab. Bye bye.